the UFC may have done another big fumble over a former Glory kickboxing champion. Obviously, they've done this before with Cedric Doumbé, who has gone on to be a pretty big star in the PFL. Had that weird fight against Bucky, where he like lost due to like having a fucking glass or a splinter in his toe, which was really weird. Shout out Mark Goddard for another weird referee moment that he's had that he's accustomed to at this point. But like he yelled at Cedric Doumbé for trying to get a splinter out of his foot and then stop the fight. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're not here to shit on Mark Goddard yet, or right now at least. But Artem Vakhitov, and I've definitely butchered that name. I really apologize. But former Glory kickboxing champion no longer has the UFC in his immediate plans, despite earning a contract on Dana White Contender Series. According to UFC protocols, they were not able to offer me more than the standard contract offered to all fighters who progressed through this show. My team attempted to negotiate, but the UFC rules were strict and no changes were possible. Which I honestly, I respect Artem here. He stood on business. They were offering this man like 10 for 10 for fuck's sake. This guy's, and it's really bad. Like it's really bad when this man would rather go to the Glory kickboxing, which is notorious for not paying their fighters very well and being a bit sus with their payments, not paying them straight away, all this stuff. He would rather go do that, fight Rico Verheerden at heavyweight, upper weight class, than he would fighting in the UFC. Like that speaks to how badly the UFC have fumbled this. This man would rather go to shady ass Glory kickboxing that literally fired this man. I believe. Did they fire him? I'm pretty sure it was literally because of the Ukraine-Russia conflict, right? And like, I'm pretty sure he is. Is he Ukrainian or Russian? I swear he's Ukrainian. No, he's Russian. So yeah, he is Russian. They literally fired him from Glory Kickboxing because all for political reasons, just because this man was from Russia. That's literally what got this man taken out. Yeah, they released him in protest of the 2022 conflict. Like that's crazy. But now in 2025, he's back. And it's a shame because he generally looked really good on Dana White Contender Series against Islam Masarev. He showed very good takedown defense, looked very good in the clinch, and he's not going to even get to showcase that clinch in this kickboxing fight. It's a damn shame. Like, honestly, it's actually a shame. This guy beat Alex Pereira once, arguably twice, but then also in the rematch, it's weird. It was a weird case of where he should have won the first fight, but then the second fight probably should have gone to Pereira. It was weird. It's just one of those, So yeah, either way you look at it, these guys are 1-1. A lot of people were saying like, oh, maybe he just didn't want to sign because he's seen that Magomed Ankalaev beat Alex. He's like, oh, fuck this. Like, he's not got story. He's got no story for the title shot now. But honestly, I just think it was the payment. Like, these guys were not going to offer him. Like, seriously, this guy was a Glory kickboxing champion. He's got all these and I'm sure Glory was paying more than 10 for 10. Like, surely you got to at least imagine the fact that he went to Glory, but they're not notorious for paying very well. Like, kickboxing fighters don't get paid very well. That's why they will have like 80 fight careers and then they'll go fight UFC or MMA, or they'll even transition to boxing. But it's just like crazy. Like, the UFC they never learn with this shit, do they? They didn't learn with Cedric Doumbé, where they try to give him some shit pay, so he went to the PFL. There's other fighters, of course, like not Glory kickboxers, but like Paul Hughes. He went and chose the PFL instead. Like, it just seems to happen a lot. Like, the UFC, like, come on, you got this talented guy. At least offer him like 50 for 50 at least for his first contract. But they stuck to the guns. They offered him the 10 for 10, maybe 12 for 12. I've seen a lot of people saying 12 for 12, but generally it probably is just 10 for 10. Because I remember when JDM fought Pete Rodriguez was short notice. And because California, they actually released the payments, I believe. He got 12 for 12. So Pete Rodriguez got 12 for 12. Della got 10 for 10 because he got signed via Dana White Contender Series. Like, at this point, you'd rather not. you'd like honestly, you would rather not get signed through Dana White Contender Series. You'd rather just like keep winning until you get like a short notice call up, or they just sign you outright, like they've done for a few guys like Tatsuro Taira, Steve Erceg. Uh, those guys get paid way, way better than the Dana White Contender Series guys. Maybe not significantly, but still better than 10 for 10. But, Artem, he could go on to beat Rico or he could lose. Rico's still pretty good. He's much bigger. Uh, but, no, if he wins or even loses, maybe he goes and signs to the UFC afterwards. But who knows? He could get chinned here. He loses his chin and then he goes to UFC and then he gets like knocked out by like who knows? Fucking. I'm trying to think of someone who would be hilarious, like a hilarious KO loss to have. Gets knocked out by like, oh my god, Jimmy Crute knocks him out. Like something really, Bellato knocks him out. Like it'd be something really random. Like Anthony Smith decides not to retire and then KOs Artem. Like something weird like that could happen, but who knows? Maybe he goes and has a competitive decision with Rico and then he just signs with the UFC anyway. But if not, the UFC have really fumbled this badly. Because even if you don't do him versus Pereira, it's still like another glory kickboxer. He's from Russia. I feel like he would build it. Like he doesn't obviously have the star power of a guy like Cedric Doumbé or Alex Pereira straight away, but he could definitely build it. Like the guy's a former. I think is he a two-time champ? He might be a two-time champ. I could be wrong. Where he was twice. Okay, so he was twice crowned as the Glory light heavyweight champion. That's right. Seriously, it's a big fumble from the UFC. Like I'm not asking you to give him like 1 million for 1 million, but at the very least, you could up it 30 for 30, 50 for 50. Like, come on. The guy's got an insane career. Like, he's 23-6 in kickboxing. He's 88-4 in amateur fights. Like, that is crazy. He's also got a bunch of medals for Muay Thai. The guy's really good. But I don't know. It seems like a fumble. This guy could have been really fun to have for the light heavyweight division. Not many grapplers either, so like he would just be getting to strike in most fights. Like Jamal Hill's not ever going to shoot a takedown. Yuri Prohaska wouldn't shoot a takedown. Like imagine how cool these fights would be. Carlos Olberg, Jan Blachowicz. Jan would shoot, but like you know what I mean. Like I don't know. There would have been some real cool fights for him. But light heavyweights, they age crazy. They age like the older they are, it doesn't matter. Like it's until they get to like the 40s where they start to slow down. So who knows? He could still come back. Age 33. So he's not too old. He's still younger than like guys like Jamal Hill. I think he's younger than Yuri Prohaska. He's younger than what's his name, Pereira. So like he's still young, but it's still just okay. So he's older than Prohaska by a year, but still. I don't know. Hopefully the UFC make this right. Maybe he fights Rico, win, lose, then he signs with the UFC. I seen somebody saying that he wanted like 2 fights and then a title shot, which would be crazy, but it's not like out of the realm of possibility. But I guess Pereira lost. So would there be that big hype for him versus Magomed Ankalaev? I'm not sure, but I still think the UFC have fumbled this. It can still be made right. Like I'm sick of them losing all these. Like they lost. Pajares, oh my god, I can't remember his name. How to pronounce his name. He's a French fighter. No, not Pajares. Oh my god, how am I not remembering? Like he was like KSW featherweight champion, then lightweight champion. He went for the welterweight championship as well. Saladin Panasi, I think. I think that's how you pronounce it. Guy is really good. Like this guy is generally a really good fighter. And the UFC didn't sign him. Like he gets better pay at KSW. That is not something that should be happening. It's not like KSW is like some little regional promotion, but it's still technically a regional, right? Like it's I think it's under the regional bracket, right? No. Okay, no. So it is a major organization because they don't do regional rankings. But still, like, come on. Like, they didn't offer this guy anymore. Like, he's 20-2, 27 years of age. He's double champ in KSW. Like, KSW is a legitimate organization. Obviously, You've had Mateus Gamrot, Jan Blachowicz, so many like good fighters come out of that, and they wouldn't offer him. Paul Hughes, who we've seen go and fight Usman Nurmagomedov and have a very competitive fight that a lot of people thought he won, or at least got a draw at the very least. So I don't know. The UFC, they're just willing to keep signing these guys from Dana White Contender Series, and a lot of these guys aren't good. I would rather you get like one Paul Hughes than getting multiple like who's like fucking Jose Medina's. Getting a Jose Medina and like seriously, they signed Jose Medina, but they won't sign Paul Hughes. Like you gave, yeah, I get they gave Jose Medina a 10 for 10 contract, but come on, like you won't like you won't just not sign Jose Medina and sign a Paul Hughes or sign a Cedric Doumbé. No, they'd rather get like these lower level guys who they just put in there to get bashed. Like a lot of these guys aren't even entertaining either. You would at least want to put the elite level guys. What happened to the best fighting the best in the UFC? I mean, we've already seen it with John Jones fighting Stipe Miocic. We don't get Tom Aspinall versus John Jones. It's becoming a joke. It's turning into boxing. We want the best of the best in the UFC. The low level guys, let them build themselves a little more on the outside. Let them build their skills up. And then, who knows, maybe Jose Medina could have been good. I doubt it. I really do doubt it, but he just didn't need to be signed. We've got a lot of weird signings like this. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. UFC fumbled it, but we'll see. Maybe they can make it right. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.